Hello and welcome to April 8th, where we're reading Joshua 9 and 10. Now, these chapters cover another rough section in Israel's history. Joshua makes a treaty with some of the Canaanites. He didn't mean to, but he did anyway, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. It was not according to God's law, but Israel was tricked and didn't really think it was worth asking God anything. That seems kind of bad, but again, we'll talk about that in a second. God is still with Israel through it all, but they need to step it up in terms of the faith that they show. If you're interested in a more detailed breakdown of those two chapters, chapter 9 has the Gibeonites. It introduces them. There's a city called Gibeon who sees Israel and sees the things that Israel is doing, the power that they have, and how God's with them, and is terrified of them. And so they hatch up a quick plot to get rid of Israel's danger. They act like they come from very far away. They get a bunch of stale and moldy bread. They get a bunch of old clothes and stuff like that. And they load a few of their members up with it and then send them to Joshua and say, oh, we come from very far away. We're definitely not Canaanites. You should totally make an alliance with us. Joshua doesn't ask God about that. Joshua just says, okay, and accepts their story on face value, which, as we'll see in a second, doesn't go too well for them, for Israel. Israel is ultimately, well, they go up to Gibeon to try and capture it, and the Gibeonites come out and they say, hey, you know us. Joshua says, didn't you lied to me? And they say, yeah, but we have an alliance, so you can't kill us now. And Joshua decides to keep his promise. Of course, he makes them slaves, he makes them hard labor, but he wasn't supposed to make a treaty with anybody in the land. And he did it because he didn't ask God. In chapter 10, then, that kind of gets him in trouble. Many of the kings in the north of Canaan really want to fight Israel, but they can't fight Israel. And so they see Gibeon, who is now allied with Israel, and they say, you know, we can kill Gibeon instead. So they get together and attack Gibeon. Of course, Gibeon panics and calls on Israel, and Israel, who is now obligated to help them because they're allies, Israel goes in and wrecks the enemies. This is the day that the sun stood still. This is the day where they couldn't accomplish the whole slaughter in the allotted amount of time. And so Joshua asks God, hey, could you, pause the sun? Could you let me just deal with these people? And God does so. A bunch of kings are dead. They go take out the south. They go take out the north. Israel has effectively conquered most of the land of Canaan at this point, and that's what we'll see tomorrow as well. But they left Gibeon alive, which was not according to the original plan of God. If you want more details on any of that, go head over to the written page. I have a few notes written out on it, and if not, I'll see you tomorrow, April 9th, where we're reading Joshua 11 through 14.